friends. I wanted to talk about a very special subject that I have been engaging in previously. If you look at my some of my videos, it's all about herbs and natural remedies, and it is close to my heart, specifically with regards to my own culture. And I don't know if you are interested, but there's things like tokosh, and you know how we had uña de gato, the cat's claw, and all these other herbs that I have read about that I looked forward to learning, because at the end of the day, there's an aspect of me that thought, maybe, there's healing powers in the naturopathic way. But before I begin, I want to introduce myself. My name is Jessica, and I engage in conversations about weight loss, weight-related disease education, and how to achieve weight loss in an affordable way that honors all our ways of living. Going back to herbs, so while I've read quite a bit of information and books about herbs, a couple of things were highlighted. If I'm actually going to put my nursing hat in, it's to do with the fact that that one of the things that I saw was dosing is very problematic, meaning that because of how we got from the sharmas and the medicine men, and how they were able to navigate diseases and things like that. A lot of the things that they were treating were acute diseases, not necessarily chronic. Because at the time of where there was more usage of herbs, there were more acute situations happening, not necessarily your chronic diseases that are now much more forefront in our society. Now, going back to the dosing, is that it's very hard to dose, and it's not regulated, and there is, when I was reading about efficacy and how much it was useful to do, the papers that I was reading they were typically saying, well, there's really no way to tell, or there was really no solid back. Now, some of it was and some of it wasn't, and then there's that ethical, how do we take out for example, your blood pressure medication when it's needed because it's protecting your organs, and then adding the herbal thing. There's, that's where, how do you quantify or qualify something that works or doesn't work? The second thing that I had a problem with was the fact that it is very much sold to where, because of the efficacy so questionable, how do we sell it, or how does that whole business or how do businesses sell these with the understanding that they want to help people, and it doesn't feel like that there is enough information for someone to actually say, give me $20 for this bottle that might not work. I have a problem with that in terms of the ethics of it, is specifically to do with the fact that I was also in that sphere where I used to say, well, I have no way of getting my, so I felt like the hamster wheel when it came to weight loss. I wanted a solution. I didn't know how, I didn't know where, I didn't know how to change things to make them changeable. And because of that, I looked for herbs or something natural that would be able to give me that step up, or rather to help me, right? I mean, not really related, but kind of related, is that there's online, there's like the rice the rice drink, and the natural Ozempic and things like that, and when they are sold and they don't necessarily work, because there's really no real study that backs that up. It's hard it's hard for me to reconcile that you are actually asking people that can very much use that money to invest, right, on something that might not work. For me, it's there's a bit of predatory things there that I don't necessarily feel comfortable with. I think it's important to note that while there is some items, herbs and things that do help, that there's not enough information for anyone to do something like that, and then not necessarily or engage in that, but not necessarily also engage in discussions with our physicians. I mean, there is value in their input. Now, do they have biases, and do they typically want the pharmaceutical route? Yes, because there's really no match right now that we do have some we have efficacy in terms of some medications, pharmaceuticals, and not enough of the other. Do I, in the end, when I was engaging in herbal exploration and all these things, did I have fun? Was there value there? Absolutely. Do I recommend you going just pure natural? I wouldn't. For my own weight loss journey, I definitely consulted my physician in terms of what I thought to do or what I think. Even when I was getting off of medications, it was very much in consultation with my physician, because their opinions, or rather their knowledge, is valuable in terms of how to move forward in order not to put in danger, your person, right? Because if you're going off of medication, that is very important for you, for the protection of your organs, or for you to have your blood pressure be controlled, or your diabetes or your pre-diabetes be controlled, is very much that is very much something that really needs to be transparent. Does that make sense? So anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this chat. I probably might go back and forth with regards to herbs, but not too much, just because at the end of the day, I don't endorse anything that is not, that will cost you money, because what I feel we need to engage to, and this is the reason why I do what I do, is to give people, my friends, perspective that you too can lose weight or control your weight with what you have in your kitchen. It doesn't have to be so glorious or so outlandish that you could or change your life so much that it just looks completely different. No, weight loss, weight control can happen just with little changes in your life. Have a good day.